Floats. Python calls any number with a decimal point a float. This term is used in most programming languages, and it refers to the fact that a decimal point can appear at any position in a number. For the most part, you can use floats without worrying about how they behave. Adding two floats, and when you run it, it gives you 0.2. Multiplying an integer by a float, once you run it, it gives you 0.2. However, be aware that you can sometimes get an arbitrary number of decimal places in your answer. For example, when you say this will cause a floating point precision issue, not exactly 0.3. So when you run it, it gives you this. We can look at another precision issue. When you run it, it gives you this. This happens in all languages and is of a little concern. Python tries to find a way to represent the result as precisely as possible, which is sometimes difficult given how computers have to represent numbers internally. When you divide any two numbers, even if they are integers that result in a whole number, you will always get a float. For example, we do 4 divided by 2. Division always returns a float, even for a whole number. So when you run it, it gives you 2.0. If you mix an integer and a float in any other operation, you get a float as well. So if you mix a whole number, which is the integer, and the float, it gives you 3.0. You can try another example. Gives you 6.0. You can try one more example. Gives you 9.0. I'm going to talk about underscores in numbers, multiple assignments, and constants. When you're writing long numbers, you can group digits using underscores to make large numbers more readable. For example, underscores will make a large number easier to read. So Python ignores the underscores when printing. When you run it, it gives you this. Python ignores the underscore when storing these kinds of value to Python. 1000 is the same as 1 underscore 000. Which is the same as 10 underscore 000. You can assign values to more than one variable using just a single line of code. Assign 0 to x, assign 0 to y, and assign 0 to z. When I print the x, print y, and print z, it gives you the various assignments. I can change this to 1, I can change this to 9, I can change this to 20, and when I print it, it gives you the various values. For you to be able to do this, you need to separate the variable names with commas and do the same with values. As you can see on the screen, that x is 1, y is 9, and z is 20. What is a constant? A constant is a variable whose value stays the same throughout the life of a program. Python doesn't have built-in constant types, but Python programmers use all capital letters to indicate a variable should be treated as a constant and never be changed. For example, all caps signals this value should never be changed. And when you print, it shows you 5000. Now let's talk about comments. Comments are extremely useful feature in most programming languages. A comment allows you to write notes in your spoken language within your program. In Python, the hash mark indicates a comment. Anything following hash marks in your code is ignored by the Python interpreter. For example, this is a simple print statement with various comments. Say hello to everyone. This is a comment. If Python ignores this line, print hello Python. And when you print it, it shows hello Python. You can see none of this text affects the original code. The main reason to write comments is to explain what your code is supposed to do and how you are making it work.